Hey, good morning, everybody. Jeff Slakey and Spencer Hughes on the Daybreak Show and via Zoom video conference, Karin Leaf from the EDC in Mason County. Good morning, Karin. How are you?
I'm good, Jeff. How are you?
I am well. Good to talk with you. We heard the great news that Mason County has been moved into phase 3 during the Washington's Safe Start Reopening Plan. And when it comes to phase 3, we're allowing a little bit more folks and a little bit larger numbers of gatherings. You at the EDC, you and Jennifer at the EDC have been really at one of the forefronts here when it comes to the information going from the state and the county through those daily briefs and then out to the businesses. And I know you've got some worksheets that are available for businesses as they start the phase 3 reopening. And we're not going to go through the whole checklist today, but there are definitely some things that folks who haven't opened or are further expanding their opening need to be aware of, because if I'm correct, there may be a time when someone from the state will come in and take a look and make sure you're following the guidelines.
True. They have representatives from LNI that, could potentially come into the neighborhood and ask for your safety plan, just what you have outlined for your employees, for their safety, for your customers, to make sure that you've got the proper social distancing, your plexiglass, your masks, all of that in place and ready to go.
We've seen a lot of unique ways that businesses have tried to adhere to the social distancing and the partitions and things like that. Does the documentation you have on the website, Choose Mason, go through what folks need to do? I'm thinking specifically of restaurants where you'll see kind of almost clear plastic shower curtains in between the tables. That was a pretty ingenious way to keep the amount of tables in the restaurant but still have the space available for folks. Are those the kind of things that you're helping those businesses navigate? And for whatever reason, we mostly focus on restaurants, but regular businesses are needing to do all this as well.
True. Yeah. Any business, and especially the ones that have opened up now in phase 3, need to have those plans in place. And it is, I've gone out to some businesses to see how folks are doing now, and having the opportunity to talk to some that are now open and to see their plans. And like you said, the shower curtain, that's far less expensive for them than the plexiglass or acrylics. But the tape on the floor, booths in restaurants that are either taped off, or those shower curtains, they've done a really great job. I think that they have, it's important for them to be open. They want to make sure that they've got everything, all their ducks in a row. Our community, our businesses, they've all done a really great job. I think between the county, the EDC, and the chambers, we've really pushed out the information from the state, the guidance that the governor has given us, and it's helped a great deal.
One of the things that Spencer and I have been talking about, and we went into it a little bit yesterday on the show, was the fact that businesses are not the ones necessarily that are, they're obviously concerned about everyone, but they're not making these rules up on the fly. This is directives come down, even perhaps federally, state, county, citywide. Do you have information on your website, or is there information on that worksheet about how to handle a possible customer who is not wanting to follow your directives, whether that is face coverings mandatory, the social distancing, or trying to bring in larger than groups of 10 people? Do you have documentation about how you can, what businesses should do about that?
Yeah, we've got the majority of the information. The best website is the coronavirus.wa.gov website. That's got all the information county by county, industry sectors. You've got some places like, Salish Cliffs, great little restaurant. Love it out there. It's beautiful. But you are required when you enter that door to have a mask on. And if you don't, you're asked to leave. I don't know. I'm sure that security would be there quickly if that customer were to say no, because they take their rules and the time and the effort that they've put into it. They're taking it very seriously. it's all of us together in the community following these rules to keep us all open and keep us in phase 3. In that last approval that we received on Friday from the governor, there is a stipulation in there that he can change and remove us, push us back to phase 2 at any time.
Yeah.
So
it is something that we have to kind of keep our eyes up. I did see some video over the weekend of a gentleman in Florida who went or tried to go into a Walmart down there. And I guess down there it's a full mask all the time. And it was almost a minute video, I believe, of him trying to get through the doors and move his way through the store. And the associates there were very forceful to get him out and says, listen, sir, this is the rules here at this Walmart. You have got to wear a mask. And I think that, it's such a tough situation. And these business owners, this is their livelihood. This is their life.
It is. And then you've got them, there are individuals that have underlying medical conditions that it makes it difficult for them to breathe, wearing those masks. And it's not anything we enjoy doing, but it's for the safety of ourselves. It's for those folks that live with an elderly parent that have to be careful. Those with, asthma or other things, they would prefer not to wear a mask, and that's up to them. But if that business requires you to wear a mask, then, you're going to have to wait until possibly phase 4, when there's no longer masks required.
I've seen some of the alternative kind of bigger, face shields that teachers seem to be wearing in certain areas across the country, because you're right, it does get warm as you breathe through there for folks. The other thing the EDC has been working on are continuing to help out the community with different types of grants and the enterprise micro relief and things like that. What's the latest one? I think there's a new one today.
There's a new one today that's on the enterpriseforequity.com website for small businesses. It's up to $10,000. It opens today and it closes on the 24th. It's very similar to the ones that we just had last week, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
There's so many. Similar, but ours were up to $5,000, and those were through the county. We finished up the Working Washington small business grants, and we hope to have another round coming up here in the next week or two. So there's a lot of opportunity out there, but it's the enterpriseforequity.com. If you have any questions, they're more than welcome to call us, and we can walk you through that.
And again, you said that closes on the 24th. So quick.
It does. It's a really short window. That is monies from Department of Commerce from the Community Development Block Grant. And it's a great opportunity for businesses to get some funds, get back on their feet, get out of the red. And it's their grants. So there's no payback. It's for things like your rent, utilities, and it's reimbursable. So you've got to have those invoices to show that you've already paid those eligible expenses.
When you go to the website, great information. You guys are also available via phone to answer questions. And again, it's
anytime.
All county business. It's the largest, employers in the county to the smallest mom and pops. There is information and assistance available during all this. And Jennifer and Karin at the EDC have been doing a heck of a good job over the last 3 months, making sure we're able to get that information. So choosemason.com. We'll put the links to the Facebook and the Twitter all in the show notes here, and we'll make sure that people get that information. And I think before too long, we'll get a chance to start seeing you guys back in studio, which will be a fun change.
That'll be great.
Although this has worked out pretty good,
It has. I mean, those Zoom stockholders, they've got to be pretty happy.
You ain't kidding. You ain't kidding. I never heard so many people talk about Zoom in my life since March 15th.
Yeah. I know. I had one meeting and I took it at home, and my mom's like, "Honey, who are you talking to?" I'm like, "Mom, it's a Zoom meeting."
I'm talking to the world. They're right here in front of me. Karin, it's great to see you.
Great to see you. Nice sweatshirt, by the way.
Thank you. That's right. I always get a little pub in from Martha Reed.
Yay!
We will check in before too long, and we'll see you. We'll see you in person before too long.
I'm looking forward to it.
Thank
you, and thank you for the great job that you've been doing to help get all this information out. You guys are rock stars.
Oh, thank you.
We appreciate it.
Thank you.